Hello everybody, my name is Elenator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld 400, and I saw that slime poof into existence. We have all our stone here, or at least whatever stone we have. What I'm probably going to do is take this, keep it in my inventory, and then, where's my, oh there it is. What I'm probably going to do is keep this in my inventory and then we're just going to put back the empty shulker box over here. That's a chunk that's not rendering. Look at that lava. Soon, I'm really hoping that I should say, when we get to 1.15, that things are going to be cleaned up again. I don't know how much how much performance is between 1.15 and 1.16, but we're going to find out eventually. Howdy Hunter, welcome back. Today's a regular Friday over here. And presumably like most Fridays, not people much. Howdy Henry, welcome back. Howdy Ian as well. I wonder, did that lighting bug up there ever get fixed? Fixed now, at least. There are a couple of lights up there. I didn't optimize the world or anything. I guess they corrected that. Indeed, episode 400. I don't have anything special planned. I don't think I did anything special for 300 either. Because we hit 300 back early on in this series. Zero drop frames, this is something on your end. So we're gonna grab 3 of these, and hope I don't need more than that. Oh, nighttime's approaching. We'll catch some Z's here at our sleeping bag. Howdy, buddy. Don't walk into the bushes, please. And awakeness, Kurt J. Mack used to say. I tried watching some of his stream yesterday during Minecraft. Don't know where he's currently at. If this was more of a direct route, I feel like out of better opportunity, getting a more efficient way to reach the current giant stone structure we see off in the distance there. But alas, that's not what we have going on. Because it's over just far enough to be inconvenient. I wonder though, seeing all the pillars visible with only half the wall done, I guess more like 2/3, but seeing all the pillars visible, I wonder if I should do some sort of similar design once I get the roof. The giant stone building is a Zelenico. They sell everything. I'm not going to stock it with everything though, that's going to be too much effort. There we go. Sideways boxes. Am I going to run out by going around? Hold on, maybe if I left some of the stone in there, then I'll be less concerned. Okay, this should be plenty. Alrighty, so now we'll be using 2 layers, because it's 6 stone, 2 cobblestone, 6 stone. There's going to be another 2 cobblestone. And away we go. I probably could have started at the top of the staircase, seeing as I'm going to have to be at the staircase again when time comes to grab more stone. I don't know if we're going to run out, but we're going to hope we don't. In fact, while I'm here, let me just do this real fast. There we go, now I feel better. I'm pretty sure I have enough cobblestone to go around, but when time comes to work on the stone, we'll see how much, since I'm doing 3 layers of stone at a time, whereas cobblestone is only 2 layers. Yawn, I say as if it's been a long day. I haven't done much this morning other than continuing on with the very extensive process of downloading all my Twitch videos. I'd rather use the direct download button as opposed to a third-party tool to download them on a larger scale because I'd rather get the file directly from Twitch itself. Sure, it takes a while to process, but I'm going to trust that the quality and the properly converted data remains as it should be. I'm almost done. I only have another 8 or so more videos. Hopefully I'll wrap it up today. Then I'm gonna remove, once I verify that everything is downloaded, I'm gonna remove my Across the 360 series from there. Sad times, but that'll bring me back underneath the 100-hour maximum. Oh well. With the 360 series gone, that'll leave through the Android any other random stuff I have on there, like the Farlands Arrival stream. That one has to stay for sure. Such a big event. When we reach this corner, I want to see how much cobblestone I've spent because I feel like I've already gotten through most of it. Only a few stacks. Okay, yeah, I'll have enough. This will also mean I should have enough inventory space if I filled it up with stone to do the 3 layers. Oh wait, hold on, is today the day? 5,900. I remembered because, truth be told, I kind of forgot. So yeah, here we are, day 5,900 on UMP episode 400. That's a lot of Minecraft days, and it's also a lot of stream hours. We did the math recently for how many total stream hours. I want to say it was like 1,425, something like that. We were doing the math for how many hours the series has gone on for. Of course, if you were to do the math for the Minecraft world tick, that will give you a higher number because that encompasses all the time I've spent on this world not streaming. So if you subtracted the amount of stream hours from the world, that'll get you how long I've spent on here. How long I've spent on here not streaming. All the Endermen, all those Endermen, I want to say I've passed 9,000 by now. Maybe it was only 8,000. In fact, hold on, I do want to check real fast. Because now I gotta know, how many Endermen? 9,500. Yeah, it's definitely gone up than when I last looked. 9,510 Endermen have been sacrificed because I needed XP to repair my tools. It's gonna be even more Endermen defeated because my my Silk Touch pickaxe is not doing good. Yep. Alright, so with this being cobblestone, let me toss all that in there. Okay, so then, you know what I should do? I don't need any of these items. I could just leave them there, and then this will allow me to hold on to even more stone. There we go. I feel better about inventory usage now. Alright, so now sun is going down in a couple more minutes. That's alright. I just realized I should have brought some cobblestone to go up. Oops, that's alright. I'll do it later. We're only going to get part of this wall completed because I'll need to catch some Z's, reset the weather timer and all that. I don't think I'll ever get invested in Tetris because I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything. I see playing Tetris as a skill that does not have any practical value within my own life. It's another time waster game I see. I wonder if I can make it to the corner before nightfall. We'll find out when we get there. Wasn't there a movie that came out however many years ago? Or maybe it was like a documentary or a docudrama that was about the history of Tetris. I think I wanted to watch that, but then I never did. Stops you from having certain kinds of thoughts. Anything can stop you from having certain kinds of thoughts if it's distracting enough. If your focus is spent on playing a game, your focus is not going to be spent on other things. I don't view that as solely Tetris. That sand down there should be cleaned up. With all the shoreline gone, that just looks weird having a little border. 1 block sand beach. I could just dig up the sand and not bother to replace it with dirt. I'll still need a water bucket for areas like that. Okay, think we can make it to the other corner? I have not heard of the Tetris effect. Darkness is approaching, I see the light difference. This sounds like research into a topic I don't feel the need to look into. Alright, now we made it, let's go catch some Z's. Bedtime. See you later, son. Where am I? 50? Ah, we're almost at sea level. If we were above sea level, we would see blue instead of black at the horizon. Oop, I was supposed to take the stairs, and then I missed. Oops, I need cobblestone, hold up. I need to fix that. Color palette? What color palette do you see in a Costco? I think big shelves. Big, bright orange shelves. And then grays and browns as the colors of all the products blend together. Maybe some whites as well. You know, here, why don't I just start from this corner? Welcome to Zelenico, I love you. What is that supposed to mean? I don't know the reference. I feel like that'd be something I'd hear on SpongeBob. Welcome to Costco, I love you. From Idiocracy. Is Idiocracy a movie? Is it? I feel like if it was a book, you wouldn't know it. Never heard of the movie before. I heard a buzz. Is that important? Nope. YouTube was just slow with the email. US gold is gone. Things don't just disappear. It goes somewhere. Stuff only disappears if it was never real to begin with. Five, four, three, two, one. Hooray. So I don't have much stone left, but we're gonna start on the corner over here and then go all the way to the staircase. And then hopefully I'll take the stairs down this time and then resupply on stone. 1, 2, 3. I want to say it's Hakuna Matata, but truth be told, I don't know if I've ever seen it spelled before under normal circumstances. Wait, isn't there an H in there? I can't remember the last time I've seen Lion King. I've only seen 1, 2, and 1.5. Nope. Alright, there we go. So now I'm gonna resupply on stone while I'm off in this area. I don't know when I'll start working on the... Whoop. I don't know when I'm gonna start working on the proper... I don't know when I'm gonna have to reach the roof. Maybe like a fire escape or something. Thankfully, this fire escape will be much more spread out, and I have much more... Hold on, I want one more stone. Or one more cobblestone, I should say. This is going to be much more spread out than the tiny little fire escape I had to build for the Vav Hotel. I didn't need to build the fire escape on there, but I wanted to. But I remember that... I think it was the Vav Hotel that had the fire escape on the side where the rooms were. And so, because of how long ago I worked on that, I was limited in block placement compared to what we have these days. 56. Alright, so yeah, the roof goes above this. This is not a warehouse, Paul. This is still Zelenico. Thought I told you yesterday it was like a Costco. I don't even know what day I'm on. I don't remember if I started this Friday or Monday. Maybe even Tuesday. Yesterday I didn't work on it much because I had a lot of stone I had to dig. I ran out of stone. Well, part of that's my fault because I decided to cook up a massive amount of smooth stone. I brought that upon myself. Worth it though, because now it means I have a bunch of smooth stone to use for trims of sorts. That way I'm not confined to only using cobblestone. I don't yet know how I'm going to design the whatchamacallits. Oh, you know what I need? Absolutely hands down, I cannot build this without. There has to be food sample carts. Probably not too many, but there absolutely has to be free sample carts. Favorite part of Costco. Cannot change my mind. And I was so sad when 2020 happened and they went away. And I don't know if they ever came back. Costco's kind of like a warehouse, except it's open to the public. And items are stocked in a way to be pulled off of shelves easily. Under most circumstances. Well, I should say for the bottom layers. That's the one. Is that important? Probably not. I see a slime. In fact, I see 2 slimes. Nope, nothing to do. 20 minutes? Where did the last 20 minutes go? Oh yeah, Ian talking about Tetris. I don't yet know what I'm gonna do for the roof. It's probably gonna end up being stone. No, that's not gonna feel right. Oh, you know what I need? I'm gonna need cross pillars and whatnot, cross beams. What I think I'll do is design all of those in cobblestone. Kind of like how I have this primary support pillars be cobblestone. Now, unfortunately, I don't very well have the luxury of working on ones because I kind of designed this to be even numbers. So that means the cross beams we're going to make are all going to be 2 blocks wide. That's alright though, because I feel like they are usually rather large. Your wholesale is missing a W, and I've never heard of a BJ's before. I've heard of a DJ's, except I think that's like a food restaurant, food diner or something. I know what Home Depot and Lowe's are. We have those around here. Those are generally like home improvement stuff. Costco is consumer goods. Well, I guess consumer goods, but like, if I want to buy some lumber, I go to Home Depot. I don't go to Costco for lumber. I go to Costco for food. As much as I hear Sam's Club talked about, I can't remember the last time I've been in one, assuming I have been in one before. And you know what? I think I have an idea. We're gonna tear down all this cobblestone right here, because, or maybe I could leave it. When I built the roof, it's gonna have an overhang. I wanted to move the staircase outside, but then I realized, why don't I just leave a small opening? So yeah, just kidding. Oh, don't tell me it's turning nighttime. What? Where did the last 10 minutes go? Well, anyways, yeah, I changed my mind. Instead of moving the staircase outside, I'll just leave a little hole. I'll fix this up, then we'll sleep. And then I'll get back to work in the morning. I don't need to finalize the roof, especially if I'm going to be working on the cross pillars first, except I think this one might be in the way. Because I'm going to have them extend off of here. That's okay, minor fix. And huzzah! What I could do is have a back office area. If I had some offices set up like computers, that would work. Oh, wait, hold on. All my stone is now condensed into one singular shulker box. Alright, so come here, stone that has been cobbled. I have no idea what sort of items I'll be stocking up on here. I feel like I'm going to spend more time on decorations and stuff. So I have 2 options for how I want to have the cross beams. Option 1, connect all the pillars, make a giant grid pattern. That'll be easiest to do. Or option 2, have a grid pattern totally separate from all the pillars, and instead have them all be layered in at the exact midpoints of them. Oh, in fact, I think I also have a plan. But yeah, hold on. Let me look up. It would be so nice if I could just have a reference image for Costco ceiling. What are the chances that people have taken pictures of the Costco ceiling though? No way. People have actually taken pictures of the Costco ceilings. Ceiling fans in Costco. Oh, this is so nice. I can't forget the skylights. So I guess this is a video. Anyways, so what this shows is that the crossbeams are indeed separate from the primary support. No, they are attached. Okay, I see that. There are other support pillars, though, that are unrelated to the main support beam. Okay, I understand now. Is this a channel dedicated to fans? Oh my gosh, it is. Here you'll find videos of ceiling fans, pedestal fans, orbit fans, desk fans, wall fans, table fans, and more. That's kind of funny. So yeah, looking at it, the primary supports are indeed directly attached. But with the big ol' I-beams that run across the ceiling, we're gonna make these multiple blocks thick. You know what I could do? Man, I'm starting to regret my decision to make this all based on even numbers, because now I really do wish I had a midpoint. Yeah, for the I-beams, what's gonna end up happening is I'll probably just condense it down to another 2x2 thingy. So if I started here, all of these are gonna end up being 2 blocks tall. But before we do that, oh, you know what? No, hold on. I really should make them 3 based on how tall. Okay, well, hold up. Oh, I missed that one. You know what? Nah, we'll go 4. Because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll need to pick up some of that cobblestone. So basically, we're gonna have these all be 4 blocks tall because the height of each of the support beams is rather grand, I say. So therefore, we'll be sticking to that. And because these are only 2 blocks wide, I cannot particularly make them into I-beams. Unless if I use something like trapdoors. If I really wanted, I could use trapdoors positioned inward, but the problem is I don't have any that would match the cobblestone. Alright, how's that looking? That looks really tall. I think I should only do 3 instead of 4. Vote for it. I don't know how many people are currently watching. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's vote for it, though. I don't know what I said 4 minutes ago. So yeah, if I make all of these 3 blocks tall. I should have thought about this when I was designing the ceiling, but I wasn't totally confident whether or not the ceiling was going to be at this position or not. But now I think I'll just go for it. I probably will end up having the ceiling be all stone. But for the I-beam versions, oh, I see. I'll probably just end up sticking with 2 blocks, because even that still feels rather tall. Unless if I did like 2.5 blocks, but do I really want to coat the underside of all of these with half slabs? I could, it would not be impossible, but do I really want to? I'll see how 2 blocks look. Because I could totally use slabs. I have a bunch of cobblestone. Plus the cobblestone would be much cheaper than using full blocks. But yeah, the big ol' I-beams used for large warehouse structures are definitely quite large. Rather tall when you see them. Yeah, I think I'll just stick to 2 blocks for now. Stone brick beams. The only problem is Hold on, how much stone do I have? I have this much stone. This is all my stone in the entire world, at least that I know of, unless it's buried somewhere. All this stone is not going to get me very far. However, though, stone brick, I think I'll go for the ceiling. I was planning on using stone, but since it's one stone to one stone brick, that'll probably end up what I'm doing, since I'm going to need more stone anyway. And to keep all the supports consistent, that's why I'm using cobblestone. I really don't want to tear down all of these and build them up with stone brick again. So, let's keep going. Now I know what I'm doing. Well, most of the time I know what I'm doing. Oops. Truth be told, I might have forgotten about stone brick. You know what another option is if I could find more? I could use polished andesite. I'm one of those people who likes polished andesite. We were talking a little bit about this yesterday. You know, a slab roof would be great. If I made the roof primarily stone brick slabs, I wouldn't have to worry about lighting too much because nothing can spawn on slabs. That's a great idea. Not to mention it's cheaper because one block would get you 2 slabs. Stone brick slabs probably what I'm gonna go with. Now I better understand. Alright, well, one thing at a time. Oops. Oh, that fell. Hold on, you know what? I wonder if it's gonna be more effective to just do one layer and then do the other layer. Yeah, we're gonna take the safe way down. Go pick that up. Does Crochet Max still say Indeed? I haven't been checking in on what he's doing all too much. I hopped on a little bit yesterday while he was setting up Minecraft again. Which one was it? There it is. Probably. I thought you watched his streams more frequently than I do. Is it turning nighttime? Oh yeah, it is. See you later, son, as I patiently wait around for darkness to fall so that way I can catch some Z's. Doop. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. How's it not nighttime yet? Eyes turn red, you can go to bed. Have the eyes not turned red yet? Nope. What? Yeah, there we go. I waited around for a while. The Zella moon was rising, but we just can't see it because there's a big old wall in the way. Modern day infrastructure. Howdy, howdy, welcome back. Thanks for the congratulations. Alright, so what I think I'll do, maybe I'll just finish one side first, the bottom half, go all the way across, and then work on the other half coming back. So I go all the way to one end. And then once I get all of these in place first, then I'm going to have to do them the other way. Because we're going to have them running along the width and the length. Weekend ahead of us. Have a day. I don't think I've ever heard someone say have a day before. You could, like, have a good day. Unless you're mad and say, I wish a bad day upon you. I don't know how many people say bad day, though, instead of good day. Sounds like something you'd hear from a cartoon villain. Have a day is a phrase that exists. I'm not gonna doubt it would exist. Surely you got it from somewhere. Never heard of it in all my years. It's probably just from wherever you've heard your English. Definitely not me. Not over here where I live. Didn't even notice there's 400. I've been mentioning 400 all week, it feels like. I don't know if it was all week, but most of the week at least. Especially yesterday and Wednesday. I don't remember what air yesterday was. Oops. 444 will not mark the 200 episodes. Your math is incorrect. 422 is gonna mark 200 episodes. What do I created? I'm working on Zelenico, a giant store that sells a bunch of stuff. Placing down 10,000 torches sounds like something I do in many of my worlds. You meant double the number? So then that means it'll mark 222 episodes. When are we gonna hit that? We're gonna hit 444. Let's see, 5 weeks, 9 weeks, just about. Where are we gonna be in 9 weeks? That'll be June, right? Because it's, I think, 3 more weeks of April. Plus another 4 weeks for May. Oops. I don't know if I've hit millions yet, but I'm sure I'm at hundreds of thousands. The only problem is I don't have my stats from beta. No, I don't have my stats from like 1.3, I think. Between 1.3 and 1.7? 1.7, I'm pretty sure, was the last stats reset. And before then, there was one around 1.3. 1.3, 1.4, somewhere around that time. So all my beta stats, assuming they were backed up somewhere, so my entire Farlands journey, if those were saved, those are registered separately from my current stats file. When you think about how little surface area Minecraft torches cover in the grand scheme of the world, it makes sense that it takes tens of thousands of torches to light up a several chunk area. No one in their right minds would watch this entire series and count every block, every item, every mob. Plus, that only takes into account everything shown on camera. I don't trust an automated script on such a large project for this. Alright, I don't know yet what I'm going to do with this first one. I might be able to just start building and then just get rid of the blocks right there. Million blocks is 64 chunks mined. Does that include ground level to sea level, or does that include negative 64 to 384? Okay, 256, I see. 0 to 256. If I had 4 episodes per person, which doesn't sound too bad, it's only 8 hours, you can do that in a day. 4 episodes per person, we'd be done in, or I would only need 100 people. 8 episodes a person would be 50 people. Reach. Halo Reach. Zero to 70. Okay, so that's where you got your math from. I didn't know what Y level you were thinking. People making mistakes is why they double check and do the math again. If you do the math 3 times, that should be enough of a data set. Even if you did it 5 times, so say you do 8 hours for 5 days straight, that's just one regular work week. And so 5 times, compare the data from all 5 goes at it. Find the errors. Alright, I think we might be able to make it back before we get sleep. If you wanted raw numbers, you could do the proper math of 64 times 64 times 70. Then that would get you the old value. And then 64 times 64 by 128 plus 6, 134, I think. So 64 times 64 times 134. That's assuming everything's completely solid. There's also that wandering trader down there. We're gonna see if he has anything good for me. Last wandering trader wasn't very helpful. I tried to sell him something and then he only bought it, I think, a few times. Do it up. ZZZ all the way home. I don't know if Minecraft, or I should say, I don't know if anyone's done calculations for modern day stuff. There are old calculations for what the math used to be. None of this is useful. None of this is stuff I need. See you later, buddy. Oh, here, let's be smart. While we're down here, let's resupply in cobblestone. That one's empty. That one's empty. At least all this cobblestone's getting put to good use. But yeah, once I finish all the long ways cross beams, we're gonna have to do the width ways. There was something I bought from the first watering trader I saw in here, but I can't remember what it was. I don't know if I needed it or... Oh, you know what it was? It was Nautilus shells. Because I haven't spent enough time tracking down Drown to stockpile Nautilus shells. At least 12. There is indeed at least 12. At least 12 chunks within a 30 million block world. The only problem is it's not 30 million. It's 30 million times 2 for each axis because it's 60 million by 60 million. Ignoring the non-accessible chunk between the edge of the world and the world border itself. Yeah, it's 60 million by 60 million because plus and minus 30 million. The Wandering Trader, not traitor, has been around since 1.11, but I didn't see him until just recently. This is the second trader I've seen, and I don't know what happened. I very well could have just had him spawn in a place I haven't seen. Yeah, I want to say it was either earlier this week or last week where I saw the first Wandering Trader on here. "48 minutes? Where did the last 48 minutes go?" I guess since the last time I checked, it should be where did the last 25-ish minutes go. I don't need Nautilus shells that badly. I just wanted to buy them because I might as well try to make use of the trader. I don't need supplies on here that badly, other than stone, except that's something I'm going to be acquiring myself. Me and my Silk Touch pickaxe. Then they also change fish farms at some point, requiring more than just a singular block of water to function. Well, we're good, we're almost there. You could still cheese it even with the nerfs. Interesting. You know what I hear? I hear too much effort for something that I'm gonna use once, make the Heart of the Sea, and then not use ever again. No, the conduit, sorry. The Heart of the Sea is the base item. It would be nice to have a conduit to set up a little underwater area, but then once I build that, I'm just gonna let it sit there, like 90% of the rest of what I have over here in Endevia Plateau. This isn't Endevia Plateau, this is kind of off to the side. The town kind of ends over there. You know, it doesn't even feel like a town anymore, it's a full-on city. The school, however, is a part of it, because I've slowly started expanding beyond the Endev worlds. Reach. I cannot Halo reach that. "15 minutes is not as bad as what I was anticipating. Is that assuming you already have all required resources? Because I don't know what is needed anymore. I just think to myself, trapdoor waters, self-contained area, storage system for all the useless items you're not going to need. Now, this is much faster going across the width. It's less than half of what the length is, because there's only there are 9 pillars long ways, and there's only 4 pillars width. For the width, I should say. Seeing as I've made this much progress within the first 50 minutes or so, I'm sure I'll be able to finish this. A skulk sensor. Pretty sure that's the wrong sensor. And I also think cheese was incorrect as well. What does the skulk sensor affect? Water, signs, and wool. At least that does not sound expensive, ignoring the skulk. I have no idea what I'm gonna do when I get to 18, since that's far enough in the future that I don't need to spend much dedicated time to it. .608 E10. Definitely a lot of blocks. See, isn't math fun? Nope. I'm realizing, even though that there are not many across, I have more to do. So I'm wondering if the time is going to add up anyway. I wonder if I should just do all the bottom layers and then do the top layers. I don't know what's faster though. I don't have enough of a way to determine speed on here, unless if I did math. I'd have to do timing stuff. $4.6 trillion, that's it. For some reason I was feeling like it's more, but I wonder if I just think in my head larger numbers. But what I was saying before in terms of solid blocks versus average. There used to be on the wiki what the average overworld composition was based on like a 2,000 or 5,000 block area generated. That math isn't accurate anymore because that was either pre 1.7 or with 1.7 base terrain. And so as of 1.18, that's no longer accurate. And we'll go catch some Z's since sun reached the horizon, so it should definitely be dark enough by now. A zoop. Z all the way home. Alright, and while we're here, let's hope we don't run out of cobblestone. I don't know what the lowest the ocean floor can be. I'm going to presume it shouldn't get into the negatives. That's also if you ignore stuff like ravines or underwater caves. I guess flooded caves. They changed how liquids work in 1.18 on the generation level, I believe. I wonder if someone's made a full breakdown for how 1.18 terrain works, because you could find one or two videos in the past of how 1.7 based terrain worked. And so that was easy enough to understand for me, but I feel like going in depth to all the different features for 1.18 would be rather extensive. But that's alright. It's Minecraft, and it's Minecraft math. And I feel a sneeze coming. Pineapple, so I say. Deep slate coal ore. I'm most certainly going to agree with you on that. Any of the old terrain. Because only bedrock gets replaced, right? You cannot have coal bedrock. Bedrock coal. Deep oceans can only go up to positive 30. Why does that feel high? I would have said something like 15. They're interesting. I guess if you have a ravine at the bottom of the ocean, that would get you down to lava layer. Maybe that's where the magma blocks come in play. Instead of having a lava ravine, you have a magma ravine. I don't know if those are separate though. Oop. How far does deep slate coal generate? I guess better question. What is the generation layers for coal? I want to say Y11 or Y10 is lava layer. That's what I was referring to the ravines, because ravines can be tall enough to reach that. That's what I call a lava ravine, because some ravines like generating with lava all across their bottom. Those are kind of cool, but they're not very fun to work with because you have to make sure to get rid of all the lava for it to be safe to walk around at the bottom, which requires water in the most optimal way. And then all the obsidian's there, and you have to, oopsies, I didn't mean to press that button. I was looking at Discord real quick. But anyways, even once you turn it all into obsidian, you still have to make sure it's still plenty bright. -1 or 1. If they do not generate below -5, there will not be deep slate coal. I feel like this is just based on Mojang focusing on new chunks and not particularly old chunks. Here's the thing though, do you really need deep slate coal in old chunks? I think to myself, coal is so plentiful. What novelty would it serve? At some point, the Polyworld will reach 1.18. I don't know when, as I'll be taking another break before then, or 2. And so, after 1.17.1, I'm gonna be doing other series for a while, another few years. I need 1.18 to feel old. 1.18 doesn't feel old yet, even though it's already been 4 years. I don't want to give an exact date. I was more confident in giving an estimated date for UMP Part 4, the one we're currently on, because I thought, I'm going to do this based on when 1.17.1 came out. No, maybe I was doing it based on when the series turned 4. I can't remember. It was between the age of 1.17 and the age of the series itself. And so I feel like hopefully 1.17 is going to feel old when we get there in a few more months. I keep forgetting that Wither Skellybums drop coal because for some reason in my mind I thought they dropped charcoal, but I don't think they ever did. It's always been coal. I don't think, as much as I could use a wither farm, because the amount of beacons I require are rather substantial for all the different pedestals I have throughout the world. I just haven't taken the time to do one. That's on my if I get there list. I don't have any dire need for more beacons at this moment though, therefore we're going to build something as a decoration to the world, because this is probably not going to serve any function. I don't plan on using this for standardized storage like my warehouses. Those warehouses are functional. I can assure you the warden is not going in my block museum. I wanted to stick to blocks only because items and mobs did not feel stable enough, especially mobs. Entities over the years have not been, I should say, they've had their persistence changed. Therefore, a museum for blocks exclusively is the easiest to do. Yeah, 5.6 E13 is a bigger number than, was it like 4.08 or 4.07, something like that? E10, which does not make sense. Did you do the math as a 60 million by 60 million world? Don't tell me you did 30 million by 30 million. If you want to be more precise, you can subtract one chunk all the way around, but nah, it's not worth it. Oh, it's an hour and 5. Where did the last 20 minutes go? That's not true, it was only 15. Time goes zoom. And all I've done is add some cobblestone to the top of here. We're almost done. We have 2 more columns, or pillars, or rows, whatever. insert spreadsheet terminology here. For spreadsheets, columns are vertical and rows are horizontal. I'm used to just saying rows though. And then I started dealing with spreadsheets more, and so I needed to refine my distinguishing terminology. Oh, you see the shadows? Nighttime is approaching. Except we're gonna finish this row here. I guess this would be the row and not the column because the columns would be vertical. Yeah, vertical this way. Anyways, not important. So let's go to the side here, and then that'll be that. Seeing the shadow down there kind of looks like how shadows used to be back when the block lighting was different before beta 1.8. Okay. Yeah, you should have multiplied that value by 2. 29,999,984. You gotta multiply that by 2. Then do your math from there. And why is the trader still here? I thought it only sticks around for about 1 day and night cycle. For as much as I say day-night cycle, the wiki refers to it as the daylight cycle. I just find that to be ever so slightly comedic. Oop, doop. Continue. Grab the cobblestone. That's not the cobblestone. I don't have much more cobblestone I can grab. All of those are empty now. 3.6 E15 blocks. There you go. That is now larger than 5.6 E13. That was much more reasonable because I was thinking to myself, what was it, like 4 trillion was the first number? That did not sound enough to me. "20 minutes. Okay, it's 20 minutes. Wait, then that means if you sleep, it's more days. Because then 20 minutes would be 2 days, assuming you slept at exactly the moment you could. So that means you should be gone soon. I don't remember when he first spawned, but yeah, 20 minutes is irrelevant to the day and night cycle. So yeah, I guess 2 days, 2 Minecraft days. Wasn't having multiple at a time utilize that they have to be loaded? And so if you get multiple in different areas, keep them unloaded, and then when time comes, bring them together. There was a world, I don't know if it was survival or creative, but there was a world where I remember seeing 2 traders on there without trying, and I'm pretty sure that's because they were just in different parts of the world. I want to say they attempted to mitigate that by having whether or not there was a trader actively in the world, and then I'm pretty sure that didn't work. I think it's kind of better that doesn't work though, because what if you happen to get one trader spawn in an area you would never think to visit? He's just off doing his own thing, you leave the area, and you never get another trader again because of that. Therefore, it's better to just let players have access to another trader. There we go. Alright, let's go down there and see how this is looking. They like bells? I've never realized they like bells. I always just see them spawn and then not move very far from that location. I've never had one inside a village. Alright, there we go. Look at this. Now it really does feel like I'm in a Costco a little more, other than there are no shelves. It's such a basic pattern, but seeing all the support beams makes me feel better about this. Turns out I didn't need nearly as much cobblestone as I thought I would. So I'm gonna verify if I have any stone at all. This is not gonna fit in one shulker box. Let me steal my stuff again. I say steal as if it's not my own, but it always is. Okay, so these 3 shulker boxes are now empty. All the cobblestone is in my inventory. Oop, guess I'll put a shovel there. Alright, now we're set. I did not know they walk constantly towards bells. That's a feature I was unaware of. I have one bell in the block museum, and I'm pretty sure I have another bell currently in storage. Come on, where's that speed boost? I think it's near here. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Nom 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 nom. Delicious bacon. Nope, slime, you don't see me. Alright, and we made it. Alright, so let's start putting all this stuff away. Oh, it looks like I will have enough cobblestone to at least fill up all of this. Coolio. So that one's empty. That one's empty as well. In fact, I think all 3 of those are empty. Is this gonna fit in one space? It's enough that I can at least fit it into one additional shulker box. Okay, this one. Yeah, that one's empty. That one's empty. That one's empty. This is almost enough to call it empty. Well, it's almost full, I should say. So yeah, that one's empty, but I have enough cobblestone here to fill this one. Alright, there we go. So that's 3 cobblestone shulker boxes, and then almost 1 for stone. So, we're probably going to have to go to the end, repair my silk touch pickaxe, and then we're going to go back to mining like yesterday. Alrighty, so what will I need? What will I need? Because if I just need a bunch of stone, I guess that's that. I'll just go back, repair the pickaxe, and then return. Or you know what I could do? Maybe this is that time where I'll grab a bunch of the stuff I don't care about too much. I got all these shovels. Do I need these? You know, I'll keep that shovel. It has Fortune 3 and Mending. I don't need these shovels. Okay, that one has Silk Touch. I think I'll keep that. Oh wait, hold on. Has the change been implemented yet? No, but soon. Soon, I hope. Okay, next. Oh, those are enchanted. Oh yeah, all the pickaxes here. I'll take... I could just say goodbye to all of these. Oh wait, hold on. That one has mending on it. I remember back when I was working with all these pickaxes. Those were the days. And then for swords, how many of these do I need? What would I even want to keep? I don't know. I'll just start taking all these. And then all these swords are coming with me to the end. Because then I'll start using them for the Enderman stuff. Yeah, here's what we are going to do. Excuse me, iron golems. If I'm lucky, I won't have to go to the end, because then this will be enough XP to just get my pickaxe going. You know what I could do? Before I mine stone, I could expand the sheep farm and get that brown one back to where he belongs. He escaped the pen, and I'm pretty sure he did that when he grew up. Alrighty, let's start doing what we do. Actually, I'll go from the top to the bottom. That's not helpful. Hold on, let me toss those on the ground real fast here. This is repairing my pickaxe right. 518. Okay, so when I reopen my inventory, now it updates. Okay, I understand. $900. All these swords are gonna have to be combined. Oh, we're almost there. 1324. Oops. 1462. Adult turtles drop bowls when struck by lightning. What? When you say bowls, what are you talking about? Regular wooden bowls? What is this witchcraft? I have no idea what you speak of. The shells are bowls. Okay, shells. There we go. That makes sense. I want to say the babies dropped their shells when they grew up. I might have made a mistake. That's alright. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I did not make a mistake. Cool. For a second, I thought, did I just disenchant my good silk touch pickaxe? Wooden bowls, yes. Okay, this is totally witchcraft because I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember any turtle having any sort of interaction with wooden bowls. Alright, well, that's now all nice and taken care of. Alright, let's go put all this away. Yeah, they drop wooden bowls when struck by lightning, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Why? Why do they drop wooden bowls? Am I just not understanding the connection for how modern Minecraft works with turtles? Because I think to myself, this makes no sense. Because I've never heard of that, nor have I ever heard of the babies dropping bowls. As you could tell, this does not compute. Okay, so yeah, that pickaxe can stay because it's pretty good. That one can stay as well. I don't know if I'll ever need these, but I might as well keep holding on to them. Okay, so those two pickaxes there. Now what we are going to do are grab... Probably keep those other pickaxes. So I can leave that one. I'll probably leave that one as well, because I feel like that would be an important pickaxe. And then the rest of these can be disenchanted as well. Okay, how about the armor? That one's decent, we're gonna keep holding on to that. Wait, hold on, how come this one has fire protection 4, projectile protection 2, and protection 3? When did this happen? Did I, like, load this up in some terrain that had... whatchamacallits? Did I, like, load that up in terrain that had... whatever. Back when you could still combine them? Since I want to say we aren't able to bring those together anymore. As of, was it pre-2? 114.2 pre-2? Oh no, maybe it's tomorrow, 1.14.3 pre-2. Oh wait, no, tomorrow is Saturday. Monday, I should say. 22%. Hold on, why would people get mad at you for watching stream on your laptop on campus Wi-Fi? What's wrong with watching a Minecraft video on campus Wi-Fi? You don't know? Then have you gotten in trouble before? Looting does not get applied to a cat. Interesting. There we go. Okay, so now it's good. So fortune, soak touch, and all that. Alright, well, do I want to disenchant all of this now? Nah, I'll do it later. Or you know what, here, I've already spent the time, might as well just get the XP for future use. Whoever downloads this world, I hope they weren't wanting all of these enchanted items. I'm being selfish and I want the XP now. Don't know what I'll use this all for, but at some point it'll be useful. Oh, I cannot disenchant entity.writable minecart.name. That was fun while it lasted, I guess. Now all these can be used in the future for other things. I don't know what, but at least now I got some of the XP back. So that did indeed save me a trip to the end, because now I don't have to use Silk Touch anymore. No, I should say now I don't have to go to the end to repair my Silk Touch. I still need it to acquire stone. Ah yes, all the boots I enchant. All those boots are going to be useful in the future. Because that's going to be even more XP that I get to disenchant. Look at all those pickaxes. It's going to be nice when I can at least combine these into one area. Because so far it does not look cool having them all at different durabilities. If I can only have one pickaxe that was not fully repaired, I'll feel better. You know what? Here, we're still going to go to the end anyway because I could utilize all these swords. Why are those identical? I could utilize all these swords, and they will be useful for when I use the sweeping edge with the Enderman. So we're gonna head over there real fast. Let me grab the boat because I'll be needing it to go zoom. Once we come back, we'll work more on the sheep farm. Get that going. Go, 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 while speed is taking advantage. That was fun while it lasted. And hodunk. I have returned. I still need to fix this up. Plop down stone brick or something. That'll be for later. I don't even have much stone right now to fix it up. I don't know what I'd need. I would also want to reset the spawner back to a pig spawner. I should have done that now, but I did forget about it, because I remember talking about it not too long ago. I'll reset the spawner later. Whee! Says the Space Core from Portal 2. I think that's one of his lines. I don't remember how many lines he has. Certainly likes saying space, though. When you say tall grass blocks, are you talking about the 2D rendered item? And I don't. Because I thought they only ever ate grass from the grass block itself. This would indeed be news to me. I don't have much space for all these swords. Oops. That's okay. Famous last words. Yeah, once we can combine the tools again, at least most of the space will be cleaned up, because all of those could be combined, all of those can be combined. That'll save me a bunch of space. Alright, anyways, I didn't forget anything in the ender chest. We can now zoom on back. I'm also getting hungry. It'll be time to feast soon. Get my hunger back on the up and up. They can eat the 2D rendered item when placed on dirt. I did not know that. I did not know sheep were able to eat the tall grass, because I always thought they could only eat the grass from the grass block itself. This is indeed news to me. And oink. Come on, boat, come back. I believe in you. They're walking in their like stuttering zones back in InfDev. I gotta reload. Excuse me. This is not what y'all are supposed to do. I need you to just get out. I'll take your pearls, even though I don't particularly want them. That was one. Where's the other? Did he end up burning? That very well could have happened. Think I'm all good. Know what I get to do with the pearls now, though? Hiya! Saved me a little bit of walking time. I don't know what I'll do with this one. Oh, am I gonna respawn at spawn again? Oh no, I did last sleep here. Good job, me of the past. I was concerned that I slept in my sleeping bag. Oh wait, where's my sleeping bag? I think I left it at the location. Oops. That's alright. I left it over at the big old warehouse. So now let me grab my Silk Touch pickaxe. And then what I think I'll do, gonna grab this and decide that we are indeed gonna start digging another pit. I don't know where I'll put it, and I'm probably not gonna give it surface access, but I need the stone. I need a lot of stone, so let me grab all of these. Oh, you know what? Hold on, I should pick up the sleeping bag because I should move it to wherever I'm gonna dig the next hole. We're gonna end up with a lot of holes on this world, it would appear. I already have like 3 or 4. Oh well. And huzzah! You need the stone, you need the stone. So that's just how it goes. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that with all these beacons, I don't think I'd put them at optimal distances because I'm starting to realize that their range is much shorter than what I was originally anticipating. And so I feel like if I wanted to cover more area, it would be wise to get more beacons prepared at other key locations. Well, that goes back to what I was saying earlier, to where I do not currently have an efficient way to acquire. I do not currently have an efficient way to acquire skulls. Howdy, howdy, welcome back to the stream. And ZZZ, why are you still here, buddy? And how is it not nighttime? The sun's gone down, it's reached the horizon. There we go. Miserable day, that's not fun. Alright, so let's move that over. Alright, gotta go. And now I'm definitely gonna respawn at spawn. I think at some point it just says respawn point set. Is that now? No. That might be 1.16, where it says respawn point set. And then if you try sleeping in it again, then it will say that is you can only rest at night or thunderstorms. What I could do if I wanted is I could potentially dig up the chunk here, but I want a larger area than just a singular chunk for stone acquisition. What I'm thinking of maybe doing is digging up an area next to the cavern I worked on. Have that be a big old vertical area. That way it'll be just below the surface and I'll get to take out all the stone there. But we'll see. I don't really want it to be surface visible, but we'll see. Soul Sand Valley fortresses. Interesting. Hopefully I'll remember when the time comes. Good job, Iron Golem Army. You're doing very well. I'll take all the thingies. Slime balls, that's the term that I was not thinking. Saves me on looting because that way, that was a server lag spike. How bad was it? 1.4? That was 1.4 seconds. Nope. And now it's back to 0.03. Round up to 0.04. Not important. There's another trader. Buddy, I just saw you in the distance, and I saw that slime fall off the roof. Alright, do you have anything good? Oh, you're selling shells. Hey buddy, stay there. I'll be back. Says the Terminator. If I'm remembering my movie reference correctly. I don't think I've ever seen a Terminator movie all the way through. That's on my if I ever get there list. I don't know how many there are when it comes to the official movie series. Maybe only like 6. Alright, I'm looking for my rubies. Where are my rubies at? So if this guy's gonna cheap out like the last one, I'm not gonna be able to sell too many to him. I think the last guy only sold me 4 or 5, maybe 6 at most. I can't remember. Well, either way, this will at least get me up to where I can have a conduit. Because I already have other shells and the Heart of the Sea. In fact, I have 2 Hearts of the Sea. I want to say I have 1 more treasure chest that I haven't explored yet. I don't know when I'll do that because it's going to take me a while to travel the distance there. Beep, beep. Alright, buddy. How many are you going to sell me? Oh, wait, hold on. I got to click the button. There's 1. Traders don't refresh their stuff, right? Like, once they're sold out, they're sold out. Oh, wait, do they stack? Yeah, they do. For some reason, I was thinking the shells didn't stack. There's 4. Ah, how dare ye! You are no longer useful. Nom 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 nom. I don't have much else to use the rubies for, so I might as well buy some stuff here. Okay, so yeah, he did sell me 5 though. It would make sense that they don't refresh since they kind of just, well, this is the sort of item I have on me right now. Alrighty. So, with all of that taken care of, let me put away the egg. And then we'll go from there. In fact, I might even craft the conduit now. It's probably not going to take up a dedicated slot, but we'll see. Oh wait, oops. Trying to Python tool and realize after 30 minutes it needs Linux. Was it the where you sourced you acquired it from? And you realized this download was for Linux? Every once in a while I download for the wrong platform. Alright, so I know we have to go to Warehouse 3, the trilogy. Where the rest of the stuff is. It's so nice not seeing that be completely dark anymore. You can say what you want about 1.14, but I will always appreciate the lighting fixes. Shotting bamboo, sweet berries, bell. Where's the conduit? Where are the shells? Can't be too far, right? Here we are. So there is the Nautilus shell. I'm now at 11. I guess I do keep the Heart of the Sea separate. Ta-da! Can I just place this anywhere? I can. Do I need Silk Touch to pick this up? Is it? Did I just do myself? Okay, no, it did drop. Cool. Yeah, I realize this is a block. I never put one in the block museum. As much as I want another one, this one has to go in the block museum. You can plant saplings on mycelium in 1.17 and 1.18. Does that mean not 1.19? It kind of makes sense, I guess. But no, not really, because the fungus. Oh wait, no, hold on. You said mycelium. Just kidding. I was thinking nylium. That's still sort of like a fungus, but oh well. Not important. Turning a forest into a mushroom island sounds more interesting than turning a mushroom island into a forest. Oop. Ah, I was enjoying the speed boost. But yeah, with this conduit, we're gonna plop it way over here next to the bed because I thought I was all caught up, but I couldn't remember whether or not this counted as a block or an entity. Counts as a block, so therefore, conduit has to go in the block museum. So now I'm all caught up. Okay, 1.17 plus. That makes more sense than saying 1.17 and 18. I'm a precision person. Oh, I don't have any blocks back here. That's okay, we're all set. So now that I'm for sure all caught up, other than a wither rose, which is going to take a wither, and peaceful mobs, which I might have to sacrifice a spawn egg for. I could do a pig spawn egg as well. Oh wait, I think I would also need the grass. You've done both? Interesting. Alrighty, I think now we're all set, so we'll work more on the sheep farm. I do have the stone shulker boxes on me, but I forgot about the sheep again. But now that I remember the sheep, we're gonna grab some leads, grab some wheat. We'll go from there. If all goes according to plan, I should be able to take care of... There we go. I should be able to take care of the rest of the sheep colors other than one. So long as I do my color combinations correct. I wonder how much wheat I have. What I might end up doing is... I might be going over to the wheat farm. Let's go verify, shall we? Because I feel like I spent a lot of wheat recently. I know I'll pick up a bunch of seeds, but now that I have a composter, I'm not concerned about seeds anymore. Stealing inventory space. Composter is my favorite 1.14 block, hands down, because before then, I used to collect so many seeds, and I didn't know what to do with them, other than keep them in a larger and larger storage system. But now I don't have to worry about that anymore. So all the seeds I don't want can just be tossed into the composter. But then I end up with a lot of bone meal because I don't know what to do with all of that. But I'd rather store the bone meal. Oh wait, can't bone meal be condensed into bone blocks, or am I crazy? Oh no! This one was totally my fault, an iron golem walking into the thingy. Alright, you know what that means though. We're gonna have to build another monument. Right here. So, I'm gonna have to come back. These don't catch fire, right? Flowers don't catch fire? I hope not. I don't know how flammable they are in the real world. But, I'm gonna set those two there, because I'm gonna have to build another iron golem memorial. And this would mark, I think, the fourth one. So we'll do that before the sheep farm. Hopefully it doesn't take 15 minutes. Oh, it's raining! I have to reset the weather timer. Huzzah! And I didn't mean to open the trapdoor. So yeah, turning the bone meal into bone blocks is a good way to compress them. Oh man, that guy dropped 5 iron. Sad times. Oop, that almost all fit. Alright, cool. I was not expecting the flowers to be caught on fire, thankfully. Looks like I don't have to worry about that. It's one of those, like, they might in real world sense, but probably not in Minecraft. Part of that is leaves. Minecraft leaves are very flammable. Alright, now I'm looking for flower pots. I just don't know how many bricks I have because I think I'm running low on flower pots. Because of all the iron golems, I have 2. No, sorry, I have 5 and I'm using another 2. Alright, so let me grab some stone. What else do I need? 5 iron blocks and several stone and a chest. We'll see if I have a chest though. Because if I don't have to make another one, that'd be nice. And I'm pretty sure it ran out when I was working on the last warehouse. Oh, I have a bunch. Why do I have 27 of these? Where did they come from? Oh, you know what? I think these chests came from the villages I raided when I was exploring in 1.14. Take some of that. Put away the wheat temporarily. Alright, so iron blocks, that's what I need. Plus 5. Thank you for your service, Mr. Golem. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do this off my memory. I think I do, but we're gonna find out. Okay, so if it's right here, it's gonna have to move ever so slightly. There would be 1 as the first one. That's the 2 torches. There's the chest. I think it was only 5, or it was the little C that goes around there. Is that how tall it normally is? 1, 2, 3, plus 1 more. Let's go verify real fast. For some reason that looks slightly too tall. I don't have the pearl on me. If I did, that would be useful. Let me find out. Why do I feel like there's not any stone that goes across the top and it's just the iron? I was right, it was just the iron. And it is indeed only 1 block in front of the chest. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, I also need a sign. This is number 4. Number 04. And a doink. Is this one silk touch? Yeah, it is. I'll be all set. Hopefully, I will correctly pick up the stone. I'd rather not lose it. After all the stone I'm going to need. That was a lag spike. What are we at? 1.2. 1.2 milliseconds. Oh, sorry, 1.2 seconds. Alright, number 04. Alright, ding. Clap, clap. Alright, well, that's another golem lost that I've witnessed. Alright, with that taken care of, now I feel more prepared for taking on the sheep farm. So let me go grab leads, because I learned last time Those were highly effective at moving the sheep around. I'll take all these, thank you very much. At some point all these slime balls will be useful. Who knows, maybe I'm gonna make a giant bounce house out of slime blocks. I should add that to the bounty board. Howdy, feel free to ask your question. I don't need to think about how long it would take to go to the far lands. I've already been there. It takes around 800 hours if you're walking in a straight line, except Minecraft terrain is not perfectly straight, and so you will encounter slowdowns. Realistically, you're looking at around 900 to 950 hours. Unless you're taking it nice and slow, then it could take you 1,000 hours or more. There are currently 10 people who have successfully walked to the far lands, and I am one of them. Alright, so this sheep has to go back to where he belongs. Oh, nope, you're not escaping either. I think I just compressed them all into one block space. I'll take that, thank you. Yeah, sorry sheep, didn't mean to do that. I didn't even know you could still compress mobs into one area when they have space. Okay, I feel better. So we have light gray. So light gray is combine brown with white. Nope, there's nothing scary about the Farlands other than the terrain itself. It just is a massive time commitment. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. Alright, so I need all of these sheep. Move that over, plus all of these sheep. And then this will get me my 3 plus 3. Alright, sheep, this way. That golem's having a fun dance over there. Okay, so I need gray plus white. And then gray plus white. And then gray plus white. There we go, now I have 3 baby light gray sheep. So we're gonna start with them, since the baby sheep follow the adults. At least nowadays they do. Back when breeding was first added, the adults followed the baby sheep. And then they swapped that around, which I think makes more sense to me. Alright, so let me just bring you all over. Oh, what happened to you? Alright, hold on. No. Get back here. Same thing with you, buddy. I don't know how that guy got out, but yeah, all 3 of them. I just have to huzzah. How does this one keep escaping? Buddy, what's your problem? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Take you, and you, and you. Path fine to me. I don't want the adult. So now I do that. Beep beep. I know you're a sheep. So now the light grays are done. Cool. So as long as they stay there, I'll be a happy camper. So now what we're gonna do is bring over, I don't know, maybe the gray sheep we'll do next. So I need you and you. And you, Pikachu. Alright, this way. There's indeed only a few minutes left. Nope, come on. Back into the pen, I say. Just gonna get rid of that temporarily. That may or may not be a problem. So all three of you. This is challenging because I don't particularly have a good angle to prevent the sheep from escaping. Unless if I, like, do this, except I need to line all three of them up in the area in the first place. So, get over here, and then huzzah. And then what I do is huzzah, and hope I have enough leverage. I barely do. So if I could just push them all in like this. There we go. Well, the problem is I don't know if I can reach that. Oh, there's one. Huzzah! What the? How did that happen? That's not right. There we go. Okay, I think the block updated. Should see the item in my hand. Alright, cool. I'm all for Mojang adding more dye colors. Now that we don't have to deal with block ID problems and whatnot, adding more dye colors would be possible. The only thing is, if they add more dye colors, you know what that means though, right? They have to add more hardened clay, glazed terracotta, wool, concrete, banners, carpet, concrete powder, that's another one, and I can't think of anything else. Point being, to successfully do that, they would have to add all the associated other blocks as well. Not only that, they'd also require a way to acquire all the new colors. So I think to myself, it's totally possible, but the question is, will they ever do that? It'd be nice if they brought back some of the classic colors, because those are always fun. And we lost a couple of them, a couple of the good ones. Like, what was it? Not aquamarine. What was the other one? The blues, I should say. Rose as a color is also like. Glass candle shulkers. That's a true statement. Alright, now come on, buddy. Move back. I know you're not a cow, but you gotta move on in. I forget candles exist because not once have I ever used them. Not even in creative stuff. Come on, buddy. Stop trying to fight it, please. Just squeeze on in. Cool with you? Come on, sheep, I made way for you. This one sheep does not want to leave the exit. There we go. Alright, cool. So, I feel better, and the last thing I need to do is... I'll take those back, thank you. The last thing I need is for purple, I need blue and red. Except we are indeed just about out of time here. So let me unleash the sheep, and unleash the other sheep. Alright, come on. What's the problem with candles? Are they just not very bright? Do candles go out? Oh, we lost a blue one. Get back here, buddy. Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna do this the correct way. I need red plus blue, red plus blue, blue plus red. So now what I need are all the small fry sheep. So there's 1, and 2, and 3. This way, children. Nope, not that way. Try harder. In fact, what if I did that? I have extra, whatchamacallit, extra fences. I might as well take advantage of them. Maybe not finding many uses for candles or why I don't think about their existence all too often. Yeah, this is indeed all it for today. So what we're going to do next time is we're going to herd the rest of the sheep and then we'll probably go back to digging stone. But yeah, now the farm is almost completed. I'm going to have to wait around because for magenta I'm going to need I think it's purple and red. I almost thought it was pink and red, but I think it's purple and red. Maybe it is pink and red to make magenta. It would make sense if it was pink and red because it's right in the middle of the two. Anyways, not important, but yeah. So if y'all have any final thoughts, say them now. We'll be back on Monday with episode 401, back to finishing up the sheep farm and getting more stone and stuff. Anyways, that's all it for today. Thank you all for watching. Bye.